1.5 million naira. I have flyers to prove this to you. So if you think you really want to get this proven, you can give me a chat up on WhatsApp. I have my WhatsApp link below at the comment section box or at the description box. You can chat me up and ask me for this particular one so that you get to see it and understand that these things are real. Okay, and this is how your investment could appreciate. The net worth of your investment within a short period of time can actually hit very, very high. Okay, and right now on the right hand side we have the coastal road, and it's been said that government have started working also on these particular houses now, but we are going to the left hand side, which links us to the famous free trade zone. That's the Lekki free trade zone, and you'll be seeing a lot more as we go on this particular vlog. Okay, and to me, basically, it's important that you get to understand how these things work in Lagos, Nigeria, and know how to come in, how to get your own plots of land or acres or hectares of land. Okay, now this is a major road. This is Ibeju Lekki Expressway, and this is one of the reasons why you should invest in these houses, because this road is going to be expanded, and for those who have bought properties around these houses, I mean where we're actually going to, you will be glad by the time the road is expanded and you can drive freely, you can live around here, run your businesses around here. Now, years back, my mom basically, she's a retired matron, and years back she was offered some plots of land also around Lekki houses. She refused because she said Lekki was water. But today landinlekki is going for 200-300 million, and the good thing about her job was that she was working around Obalende houses then, and she got a new job around Lekki. And when she got the new job around Lekki, she was forced to move to Lekki on a rental apartment. So these things are real. The faster you catch this, the better for you. Okay, the faster you catch this, the better for you. So this is also a school around Ibejulekki houses. So as we drive down, you get to see a lot more. But basically, for the purpose of those who haven't really heard me talk for a long time like this, I intend telling you a lot more about these houses so that you can have a rethink. If you have not thought of having a plot of land or acres or hectares of land, you need to do that during this period. Probably after this video, you give me a call or a WhatsApp, then we can discuss a lot more. Now, according to the current market price, a plot of land in Ibejulekki in the next 5 years would worth almost 40 to 100 million. This is the statistics of those who have made a lot of research on how property can actually appreciate in these houses. Already we have property of 20 million here, so don't just get it twisted. You have to know how this thing trend and how you can fit in as fast as possible. So the rate at which property appreciates here, it's amazing. Okay, and you shouldn't be left out on these particular deals. And guess what, we have a lot of property on promos for this month. So if you're interested, it's a good time for you to ask me questions and buy as fast as possible so that you don't miss the promo offers. All right, so you may also be wondering, what are the guarantees for this ROI? I mean the return on investment Anne is actually talking about. In every investment you do, definitely if it's a good investment, you'll be looking at the ROI, right? And it is important you understand how these things work. Location you are buying, like I said, matters a lot. Then the second thing that could also matter is the government presence. You know, when government has an interest in a certain location, it is much easier for you to have a property there, probably for residential purpose or commercial purpose, and you're making a lot of money off it. Now we have these two available right in this house. We have residential apartment, residential plots, we have commercial plots. So you have to get this straight. Now let's talk about this owner of Lakapine Tropicana, because I really need to dig the history of this place, because I've come here as a child, you know. Then that I came here with my family. It wasn't like this, sincerely. You know, you have to drive through a lot of bush, you know, because before you get to where you're going to. We actually came to Lakapine Tropicana Beach, which is owned by a white man, and I'm sure this man has seen the 4 sides of these houses. And guess what? His beach is rated as an international standard beach, and it's one of the most sorted in Lagos, sincerely. So if you're looking at a beach that you can have everything you want, you can have a lodge, you can have spa, you can have good food, a lot of things. I mean, you can have swimming pool, you can have where you can have boat ride. The only beach that you can get all this package easily is Lakapine Tropicana Beach. Okay? And when I came here with my family, then everywhere was still bush. But this man was here making a lot of money. Now, if you want to go into this Lakapine Tropicana, as I speak with you, per head, it is 7,000 naira per head. A lot of people travel far away to come to this beach. I mean, people travel far away to visit this beach. So, for goodness sake, you shouldn't be part of the people who don't believe in you investing at the right time. There are some times you may want to build probably an hotel, you don't have the money at hand, but you have the money for the land first. And which is why I would always advise you. You need to consider, you know, buying the land first, secure the land. That money you have, secure it by buying the land, because the land price is not stagnant. It will keep increasing whether you like it or not. And for you to be part of the people who really would enjoy as the return on investment keeps coming up on the land, you will be part of the people to enjoy that. And at the time you want to do anything, probably by then the land has appreciated so well. Let's assume you bought like 1 acre, and at the long run you bought that land, maybe each plot 2.5 million naira. At the long run you needed to start building and you don't have money, and that property has appreciated to 20 million or 30 million per plot. What do you think will be happening? Definitely you'll be selling like 1 plot or 2 plots and use that money to develop other plots. Okay, so which is why I always beg you, while buying a property, make sure you're buying through a professional realtor, because you have a lot to learn, you have a lot to gain, you have a lot of professional advice to get before you go ahead. So people will tell you, oh, okay, let me just do it the way I think is good. Yeah, the way you think is good may be good, but having an advisor close to you will make you get the best. Okay? So another thing I want you to also look up to in these houses is that as we drive, though, you'll be seeing a lot more, and you can ask me a lot of more questions. Okay? So the Dubai Smart City is going to be designed here. It's going to be, as in, structured right in these houses you're looking at. And it's also a very good thing that the new Lagos mega city, which is the Lekki Free Trade Zone, is also right here. And guess what? The government had invested over 400 billion in this particular Lekki Free Trade Zone. You know, and if you really want to know more, I feel you can actually make a lot of more research. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to make a lot of things very short so that we don't make it too long while we are on a very beautiful vlog. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button below, turn on your notification bell to get notified each time we do a post right on the hearttohearttv. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. But make sure you watch this clip from beginning to the end, because it's good you get equipped, well equipped of what is actually ongoing around these houses. I've had a lot of calls from different clients and different prospective clients also about Ibejulekki, and I made a video where I actually attended to a lot of questions from clients, and I'll keep doing that because it's very important you get yourself acquainted to location that you want to buy from. Okay, and it's also important you look at the authentic source of the property you're buying. Okay, there are so many criteria involved, which is why you need a professional realtor to do that for you, because if you use a professional realtor, it is guaranteed that you are buying a secured property for your investment. You are buying peace of mind. So don't miss that at all at any point of time that you want to buy a property. Okay, there are many more real estate opportunities waiting for you around Ibejulekki houses, but it's up to you to decide on what you want to do around these houses. So as we drive down, I'll still keep sharing with you a lot more. Now this video is a straight video, and so that you can see how the distance also is from this particular Ibeju houses down to Ibejulekki houses. It's a long journey, and it's going to be uploaded as it is, so that you get yourself acquainted to the location you're buying from. You have this rest of mind that, oh, I can always come back. Even if you don't live in Nigeria, you can buy a property through hthannepearlltd Limited and get yourself acquainted to location even while you're not in Nigeria. It's much easier for you. And one good thing about this thing, buying a property even if you're not around and you're using a professional realtor, is that you get to see a lot more. Whatever you want, you get to see it. That is how hthannepearlltd Limited operates. Now we have a lot of more properties via playlist you can actually go through to see, and it's good you get to see it and ask us a lot of more questions. So as we drive down, you get to see a lot more. Okay, so now you can get to understand the beautiful thing coming to these houses. We're actually close to the Lekki Free Trade Zone. Wow, man, I really love what I'm seeing. This car is so beautiful. Okay, so the Lekki Free Trade Zone is such a big place, and like I told you, the investment is huge. And some people don't still want to realize that in future some of their businesses will be surrounded here because of the big thing coming to these houses. Okay, and the right time to do that, to invest, is now, because by the time your business is surrounded in these houses and you want to buy a land, guess what? It may get to a stage you'll be buying from someone who have bought, because I have clients who have targets of buying 50 plots, 100 plots in a year, 30 plots in a year, and you have to realize that this you should also key in as it is. So this is the Ibejulekki General Hospital at Akodo. Okay, and we are fast approaching the Akodo market. It's another busy area right here. So as you see it, grab it. Anyway, for those who have bought, congratulations. I'll always congratulate you because you have done something good for yourself. And for those who are planning to buy, this is the best time to buy, now that we have a lot of promo ongoing. Now we have a property after the Lakapine. It's going for 900k. The original price is 1 million naira. It's on promo, and it's got a deed and registered survey. And for those who want to know much about properties, I've done several videos, so you need to learn to watch it. So let's talk about this promo one, because it's quite hot as I speak with you. This promo land, when it came out newly, like last year, it was going for 600k, and it kept increasing. And for those who bought at 600k, guess what? Their property has appreciated just within a year to 1 million naira, because the current price is 1 million naira, but it's on promo for 900k. Now that it's on promo, you have to rush it, because that property is along the same road that cut across the famous Dubai Smart City, coming right here. Okay, and the same houses is where we have the Dangote staff quarters, and properties around that houses is actually fast selling. I mean, it is fast selling. So in order for you not to miss this, you have to act as fast as possible to buy that property. That property that is going for 900k. If you decide to buy 6 plots, I mean, you just decide to buy 6 plots, you're going to be enjoying something I'm about to share with you. You'll be buying 5 plots and you'll be getting 1 free if you're paying outright. So this is one of the best deals around these houses. You buy 5 plots, you get 1 free. So now that you need 6 plots, which is 1 acre, you have opportunity to get 1 free. That means you have about 900k, or let's say 1 million off, which means you'll be paying 4.5 million naira for the 6 plots instead of 6 million naira. So you have 1.5 million naira off the major amount. This is one of the best slash, I mean, I've talked about as regards to property buying. So if you're interested, you've got to be chatting me up as fast as possible before this promo runs out. It is important you're doing so. Now here is the famous Lekki Free Trade Zone. You can see it's quite big, and right in there we have the long reach building in that particular houses. So as we drive down, you get to see a lot more. So for that, it's something you should rush as fast as possible. Now we have another property around the same houses I just mentioned. It's going for 1.5 million naira, and that property has one of the highest return on investment. I mean, it has one of the highest return on investment. So it's going for 1.5, but if you are paying outright, you'll be getting what we call free deed of assignment. So all these prices are exclusive of your documentation and development fees. So if you're buying that particular property on outright, you're going to be having free deed of assignment, which means it's the best time to buy from this particular property because you have at least a little discount off it. So we're first approaching the Dangote refinery, and as we drive down, you're free to ask a lot of more questions. You're free to ask me so many things you really want to ask about these houses, okay? And right on the left hand side, there's a new filling station here. A few months back, it wasn't like this. I came here last week and I saw this. I'm like, you know what? I never knew this. This is just the beginning of how development will keep spreading around us, and you shouldn't miss out. If you have not owned any property in Lagos, or you've owned some in some very remote areas, please make sure you are buying from these houses. I read a comment on my page, which I'm going to discuss about that comment in a short while. So a subscriber posted over a particular comment somebody made that about Ibejulekki, and the subscriber was like, now that they are begging you to buy from Ibejulekki, you are complaining it's too far. At the time Ibejulekki is set and you are not able to afford even half plot of land in these houses, you'll be forced to go and buy property back at Ikorodu and be coming from Ikorodu to Ibejulekki. I couldn't laugh because in a nutshell, it's funny, but that's just the truth. When you are very stiff in your decisions, like, you know what, I don't want to buy in Ibejulekki, I don't know how this place will be. It's at the time you want to buy and you can afford, you go and buy in another location and be going through the long journey travel to Ibejulekki to do your businesses, or probably to stay, or probably to do one or two things, and which is why you've got to plan it now. The best time to plan your Ibejulekki is now. The best time to plan that dream of what you want to build I've had clients who tell me, you know what, I want to build, massive warehouse around these houses. We've got beautiful commercial plots you can buy. Okay, so the reason why you need to get a professional realtor is because there are some criteria you need to know. If you don't know, if you buy a property that is not for commercial purpose and you're buying it, you want to do commercial businesses on it, there may be issues later. So you have to get the right advice before you push ahead. Okay, so right on this houses, we're fast approaching the Dangote refinery. That is the Dangote refinery. So like I said, we'll be talking about how his property is, how many acres he has here. So Dangote has got about 2,300 plus acres. Okay, I made mention of it in one of my videos, my Ibejulekki tour videos. He has 2,300 acres in his house. So what do you think you'll be doing with those acres? After all, he's not using all for refinery and fertilizer, plants and all of that. So what do you think will be happening in these houses? First, he has about 5,000 workers already and will be employing more. What do you think will be happening to these houses? I want you to sit down and have a sure thinking of what you think will be going on right here. First, there will be need for housing, whether you like it or not. People who want to come from far to work here, there will be need for housing. There will be need for other commercial businesses, which I will tell you why there will be need for other commercial businesses. But the need for housing is even more major as I speak. Okay, the need for housing will be more major because a lot of people that bought properties here will be building. A lot of people that will be working here would also want to live around here, whether in form of building their own home or probably renting from those who have bought and who are building. Okay, so there will be need for housing. Now this is the entrance to the Dangote refinery. As you can see, it's quite big. Every day you come here, you see how busy this place looks like. And as we drive down, you get to see a lot more. I'd like to share with you another thing you may not know about these houses. Okay, before Dangote bought his properties here, like before he bought his acres, there are some companies who have been existing on these houses. Okay, and it's good you meet them and you know that yes, these things are real. Okay, right at these houses that you're looking at, on the right hand side we have a property going for 20 million. It's quite huge, but that is it. And on the left hand houses, we'll be approaching some of these companies that have been here before Dangote came. So though Dangote land cut across behind where their own plot of land stops, but these companies are still running very, very fine right here. Okay, and you'll be seeing it for yourself. It's good you see it, not just me saying it. All right, so we've got Power Oil right here. As you can see, that's Power Oil Company. It's quite big, right? As a factory. And we also have Indomie here. You can see the logo. You can see it. And we have another company in front you'll be seeing shortly. So if you have been using power oil in this country and you don't know where it's coming from, now you know. So on the right hand side we have the Lekki Deep Seaport. You can see that's the Lekki Deep Seaport. You're smiling. So the Lekki Deep Seaport, this is how it is, and work is ongoing right here every day. So on the left hand side we have Kellogg's. You can see it. we have Kellogg's, we have Munchies, you know. These companies, I know some of you eat these products every day. You don't even know where they are coming from. So this is where they're actually coming from. So now let's move to the right hand side again. The Lekki Deep Sea Port is said to be one of the biggest in Nigeria. It's going to be bigger than the ones we have in Apapa. And you all know that for those who are doing importation, Lagos is their major. We have other seaports in other countries, but they will not go to that one. It's Lagos. So this board you're actually looking at is what the Lekki Deep Sea Port will be like, okay, in a few years. And it is set to be so, in 2022. So you have to realize some of these efforts the government are actually putting into ensuring that so many things are okay. Now, what good thing about what government wants to do here is that they want to make sure that what happened in Apapa is not going to be repeating itself right in Ibejulekki. So this place is quite structured, okay? And this is the best time to say, you know what, I think I want to buy land for warehouse, because there will be serious massive need for warehouse. If this really is going to be the biggest in Nigeria, so there will be serious need for warehouse. So the right time to invest on this is now, not tomorrow, as I'm speaking to you. So on the left hand side, we are first approaching our famous Aliko Dangote's office. That is his own personal office. So anytime you see a lot of soldiers around here, you know that our boss is around, the main man. Can't you see? So that's his office. So his property is still cut across, like I said, behind those companies you're actually coming from up till this very level. And I will show you where his property ends so that you'll get to see it and appreciate this beautiful tour. Like I told you, it's been a rainy day in Lagos all through this week. When I mean rain, I mean heavy rain. So for those who call Ibejulekki water, or who call it bush, you can see it for yourself. This is Ibejulekki. And the good thing coming here, you should not miss it. Don't wait. You buy land and you wait. You don't wait to buy land, because the prices of land will keep increasing. Whether you are buying, whether you believe it or not, whether you need it or not, whether you intend buying it in a few years, it will keep increasing. So as we drive down, you get to see a lot more in this particular video. Like I told you, some of you that call Ibejulekki too far, this video doesn't have a pause. It's a straight video, so that you can see the distance of how it is. It's a very long video, like I said, but in this video I'm sure you have a lot to gain, you have a lot to learn about these houses. So as we drive down, you can as well pay attention to gain a lot of information on what you need to know around these houses. So you might be wondering, what kind of real estate businesses can actually do around these houses? So I'm going to be sharing with you some important commercial businesses also you can have, or probably on residential. Now I'm looking for good partners, people who are ready, okay, not just to invest in buying the land, but what they really need to do on the land, okay? So you might be wondering, what can I do? What are the kind of businesses I can do around these houses? Now, like I said from part of this video, that you can choose to build warehouse, okay? You can decide to have warehouse, and that warehouse will be of a good need for you. And you know, now to build warehouse, you may not even need to spend much. So, and that is that. Now, the second kind of business I may want to encourage you to have is probably building an hotel, okay? You might want to be thinking of building an hotel around these houses, because there will be need for hotel. Because right here we also have locations very close to the sea, so there's going to be need for a lot of more resorts and so many other things, okay? And you might also need to think of such businesses. Now there will also be need for buying a property for shopping mall, okay? You might be thinking, okay, I want to build shopping mall where I can rent out the shops, I can actually have like some other shops there to use individually. So it's up to you. Anyway, on the right hand side we have Access Bank. Okay, this is also new, not too old. Okay, it's few months old. Then this is where Dangote land stops. Okay, it cuts across inside, and as we drive down you get to see a lot more. So you might be wondering, what kind of businesses can I actually have around this beautiful commercial hub as is, okay, and what kind of businesses can I decide to run? Now, like I said, we mentioned warehouse, we mentioned hotel. There will also be need for good hospitals. Okay, there will be need for good hospitals. You might be wondering, if you're like a doctor, you're a nurse, you cannot afford not to have something here, because definitely people around here will have needs for health care. Okay, aside the government having their own, you can as well have yours and make a lot of money off it. Now you might also be wondering, what will I see cows? Oh, hey. Oh, you smart either. So you might also have need for other kind of businesses, and you might also have need for like buying land and reselling. Some people may not really have a static plan of what they want to do at Ibejulekki, but I can bet you that if you have the money in the bank account and you just chose to do only land banking, it's all good and fine, beautiful, because in few years you will end up reselling those land and making good money off it if you're buying from a good real estate agent. Ibejulekki is where government has a lot of interest. Okay, so don't think you want to do cutouts and not buy an estate property. I will always advise you, buy an estate property. It's safer for you. Okay, it's much more safer for you, and for you to gain a lot of more profits on your property, the estate property appreciates faster. All right, now getting into more commercial businesses around these houses that you may be thinking of. You may be thinking of a gas station. Okay, like you want to own a filling station where you can be supplying fuel, people can buy fuel from you and all of that, diesel and all of that. So it's up to you on the kind of businesses you really want to do around these houses. But for me, I've got my own business idea. If you want me to share it with you, you pay me. So you have to get this straight. Now in this houses also, because there will be a lot of residential need. Okay, so right here is the ancient Lekki. This is where Awolowo was jailed. Okay, that is the ancient Lekki, and it's one of the most famous houses around these houses. Okay, it's one of the most famous location around these houses. So if you are thinking of Lekki, that is the real Lekki you just passed through. That is the real Lekki. Another